Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about the Leo Ascendant. So if you have Leo as your Ascendant, then you're going to want to watch this video. So again, like guys, my channel is based around Vedic astrology, not Western. Although the same concepts will work in Western if you want to use it in that context. However, it's best done with the Vedic system, so I'll just say that. Alright, so we're using a whole house system, so I forget if they call it a equal house or whole house, so that just means like one sign for one house. So for your first house, or your ascendant, or your lagna, or your rising sign, they're called different things, but they mean the same thing. That would be Leo, would be in that house. Doesn't mean that you would have Virgo partially in that house. No, we're doing whole house system. So, or something like that. So anyway, Vedic sidereal astrology. Alright, so what is an ascendant? What is a rising sign? What is the lagna? Well, what is the first house? Well, the first house, ascendant, rising sign, lagna, all like different terms for the same thing. This is the sign that was rising in the east at the time of your birth. So this is the sign that was rising above the horizon, and when you took your first breath and inhaled it, you were inhaling the energies of the cosmos as well. So, at this time, the Earth's relationship with the cosmos was basically imprinted on you. It was a blueprint for your entire life, your entire psychology, everything like that. And your birth was your choice. Nobody did it to you. You are not a victim. It's like very important to know that you came here by choice. As rough as it can be. And believe me, I've had my fair share of a rough life. Alright, so that means that Leo was the sign that was rising in the east at the time of your birth. So, what is Leo? Leo is royalty, creativity, creative expression. Leo is your creativity, your free expression. Leo is royalty, so it is basically it's ruled by the sun, and Leo is like basically, think about the king, the Lion King. It's all about just a lot of actors are seen through Leo. Why? Because it's in charge of creative expression. The fifth sign, which is Leo, also has to do with the fifth house, which is fun, creativity, play, sex, enjoyment, children, joyfulness, and children. So someone with this placement would likely like to have children or be around children or things like that. Help just enjoys children. So anyway, let's see here. So Leo is the kind of lens that you see the world through. You see the world through this lens, and it's kind of like your personality, like being very fun, very outgoing. Leos like attention. They like to be the leader of the pack, the head, the life of the party kind of thing, like things like that. And So yeah, it's a very fun zodiac sign. So anyway, then we have Virgo in the second house. So what is Virgo? Well, I'll start off with the house. So what is the second house? Second house is the house of your savings. This is the house of your values, your valuables, your possessions, what you possess, and it's like your inherited wealth has to do with your family, the family values that were passed down to you, things like that. It's a little bit of like how your mother was nurturing to you, and then so it's like representative of your mother's nurturing. Why is that? Because it's 11th from the 4th. The gains of your mother, what your mother gave to you. So ideally your mother would give you love, attention, affection, make you feel good about yourself, things like that. And then we have Virgo here. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so you would look at where Mercury is placed to get more ideas about about your second house and how it's going to play out. So for Mercury, or for Virgo, so Virgo is the sign of your health, your fitness, your daily habits, daily work routines, daily dietary habits and things like that. And Virgo is very analytical, very critical, very controlling, dominating. It also has to do with service to others. So this is the sign of the nurse. So Virgo in the second. So that means that you might analyze, you might keep a close track, a close eye on your savings accounts, everything that everything that you have in life, like your savings, your life savings, your net worth. You might keep a diligent eye on those things, and you might make it a point to invest in your savings regularly, which is a very good thing. So Virgo in the second house, you can be very diligent about your savings accounts, and you would be one to like really keep track of that, analyze that, and and do things to help your savings grow faster and things like that, get better interest rates and things like that. It shows you have a real keen eye for your savings accounts. So anyway, then we have it also represents your family. Your family could be very intellectual, very smart. Your family might be in the healthcare field. So yeah. And then we have the third house, which is Libra. So we have Libra in the third house. So the third house is our siblings. It's our communication. It is our courage, where we get our courage and our ability to take action and things like that. So we have Libra here. So if you have younger siblings, this means that you would have a very good relationship with them. Again, you have to see where Venus is placed, and what its dignity is. But yeah, you would, this shows that you would have a very balanced, good relationship with your siblings, where it's very communicative and very, you know, you have a good relationship with them. And you might also like to express yourself through communication in a very balanced way. For example, keeping rhythm. You might be a singer, or in someone who talks in a very rhythmical way. So, for example, like a poet, you know, someone who likes to express themselves in that like artistic fashion through words and like art, kind of making artful communication or artistic communication. So there's that. So yeah, Libra in the third house, very good. You know, look at where your Venus was placed as well. And then for the fourth house, we have Scorpio. So, you know, this is interesting. So, you know, of course, the typical thing to say is that, oh, you won't have a very good relationship with your mother. Of course, there's things to consider. Where is your Mars placed? How is your Mars placed in a good dignity? In a bad dignity? What's going on with that? Also, look at the relationship to the moon. Is Mars aspecting the moon? Is Mars not aspecting the moon? And what's the moon's dignity? Is the moon exalted, debilitated? What's going on with it? So, things to consider. So, you have Scorpio in the fourth house. What is the fourth house? The fourth house is the relationship with the mother, with your mother, your home life. It's your secrets. It's your personal inner life. It is your emotions, your like the things that you keep in and don't express to the world. It's that inner emotional world that you have. So yeah, I would typically say that your relationship with your mother could be very very hard, very harsh, or on the good side, it could be transformational. You know, but Scorpio's never it's one of those harder signs to like. It's you know, so if you have Scorpio in the fourth house, that means that your mother may have kept a lot of secrets from you, or you might have kept a lot of secrets from her, or things like that. It shows a darker dynamic there. It's like secrets, occult. It's your mother may have had a toxic effect on you. Scorpio's tail is, you know, poison. It's venom. So yeah. Of course, like I said, look at where your Mars and Moon are placed. Then we have your fifth house. So the fifth house is Sagittarius. So fifth house is in charge of is the house of fun, pleasure, play, sex, sexuality, children, and making children. It is fun, creativity, expression. Fifth house is also the house of your education. One of the houses of your education, anyway. And ninth house is the house of your higher education. So fifth house, we have Sagittarius there. So basically that's going to be Sagittarius in the fifth, it's a pretty good sign. Like, you will be scholastically, you'll do very well in education. You'll have a drive to go far with your education and earn the PhD or master's degree or something like that. It could be just a bachelor's, but there's this drive, this passion. Like, education, learning, higher learning is always fun for you, so that's good. That's a great thing. That's learning is fun. So, and that's a great thing. As far as your children, you'll be more of a teacher to them. You will be their teacher, you'll teach them about philosophy, spirituality, and things like that. Religion, spirituality, philosophy. So it's all a very good combination. And then as far as fifth house is also the house of dating. So you might meet a person in college where you'll probably meet someone in college where you date and things like that. So yeah. Also, Sagittarius is the sign of teachers, so you might end up dating your college professor. I'll just say that. Of course, different things have to be looked at. You have to look at where Jupiter's placed, what nakshatra it's placed in, look at its dignity. Is it, well placed? Is it not well placed? What's going on with it? And then we have Capricorn in the sixth house. Sixth house is the house of enemies, the house of daily habits, daily work routines, things like that. And also diet. So shows a lot of restriction here in terms of diet. You might be on a very strict dietary restriction. You might have a special diet that you need to abide by in order for your health to be at its greatest potential, or its greatest state. So this also shows your fitness, and it shows that you put a lot of work into your health and your fitness. You might be one of those people who's at the gym every single day, or quite often, every other day or something like that. It also shows that you might have some enemies at work. So yeah, some competition for your job and things like that. You might have to compete with some rivals who are trying to kind of get your job, or trying to if you both are going for a raise or promotion, or a job, the same job, you might have some competition there, or some opponents there. So that shows that you might have to work very hard overcome your opponents as well. Alright, so then we have Aquarius in the 7th house. Aquarius in the 7th house is the house of your relationships, your partners, your long-term marriages, not just short-term dating. This is long-term relationships, long-term marriage, things like that. And shows that you're going to marry someone who is very humanitarian, very caring. Aquarius is very much like Cancer, except Cancer is more concerned about the family and the home life and things like that. But Aquarius is just like Cancer, but more concerned about the entire world, the entirety of humanity, and has that heart for humanity. So this means that you'll be in a relationship or married to someone who is very caring, and you might experience them as a little bit detached from you. Aquarius can be very detached. It can be very nerdy, brainy, just kind of out of the box thinking, and just kind of eccentric and atypical. Might have some quirks, but yeah, it's just that you might you and your Aquarius partner is going to be a good team together. So yeah, and then we have Pisces in the 8th. So Pisces is the sign of spirituality, and the 8th house is the sign of sudden transformation, sudden ups and downs, sudden gains and losses. It's rebirth, transformation, sex, things like that can be seen from the 8th house. Pisces here in the 8th house. Let me see. Pisces in the 8th, it's I mean, you have a water sign in your 8th house, so it shows that you can have very sudden but very dramatic spiritual transformations. So if you go on a pilgrimage, you go on you go visit a mosque, an ashram, a temple, a temple or something like that. You go on some spiritual pilgrimage, shows that you will greatly benefit from that. You'll come to understand some hidden knowledge. You can understand a lot about the occult and hidden knowledge, as well as just have a spiritual transformation every time that you go foreign travel. Go and make pilgrimages and things like that. Every time that you do that stuff, it's like it changes. It changes you. There's some dramatic change that will happen as a result of that. And then we have Aries in the 9th. Let me grab a drink. Alright, so we have Aries in the 9th. 9th house is all about 9th house is all about teachers, professors, mentors, gurus, people that help you, help you learn, like teachers. Ninth house is religion, spirituality, philosophy, higher education, and professors and learning and teachers and things like that. And then we have Aries here. So Aries is all about, Aries is the fighter, the warrior. Brings a lot of energy, a lot of masculine energy here. So this shows a passion, a drive for spirituality, or for, for finding a guru, for finding a mentor, for finding someone who can teach you what you don't know. Alright, so then we have, so Aries in the ninth, Aries in the ninth, you might be a preacher. Believe it or not, like, you might be one of those fiery preachers that stands up for his values and for his, beliefs and philosophies and things like that. You might be a hell of a debater. You might, do very well in debates and things like that. You might, like, really stand up for what you believe in. So that's really good. So, although, you gotta at least, look at, are your beliefs correct? Are you, critical thinking goes along with that. So then we have Taurus in the 10th house. So what is the 10th house? The 10th house is the house of the career. Your fame, your reputation, your public reputation, your social status, your public image, things like that. So that is Taurus. So that means that you have some kind of value to the public. You might be involved with in financial things, like being a financial analyst, or being like very into finances or luxury items, or like investments and things like that, finances. Yeah, you might be a financial planner or something like that. Taurus is, very involved with finances and stuff like that. Although, I must say, you have to look at your 10th house, or your D10 chart. Your D10 chart is another chart in your a list of charts that goes along with your birth chart. D10 chart is the chart of your career. So it'll tell you more about your career. And if you're interested in learning more about your career, I do offer a full D10 analysis career reading on my website, GeboTheShaman.com. So you can go there and check it out. Alright, as well as I do a relationship and marriage reading as well, analyzing your D9 chart. So both of those are at GeboTheShaman.com. Alright, and then we have Gemini in the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of your gains, your network circles, your friendships, and things like that. So Gemini here, that's really good. That means that you'll benefit from doing business. Gemini and Mercury are all about doing business and trading and commerce and things like that. So it means that Gemini is all about in the 11th house would be Gemini wants to speak to the masses. Gemini wants to communicate with the masses. And this is good for your friendship circles and network circles, because it's like you have that sort of appeal to the masses. You can speak to them and they'll respond very, very well to the things that you say. So a lot of good communication with a large amount of people. So that's good. And then you can see why Leos make great actors, make great politicians, because they have this ability to speak to the masses, to communicate, very well, and sometimes too well. You look at Barack Obama, and he was a very, very good orator, but he bombed kids, so not good. So anyway, then we have Cancer in the 11th, or in the 12th house. So 12th house is the house of spirituality, and 12th house is the house of spirituality. It's also the house of losses. So you might have lost your mother at a young age or something like that, where you can see kind of that happening with the Scorpio in the 4th. Also means that your mother might have been taken from you at a very young age. You might have lost your mother very young. So so 4th house, Cancer in the 12th house. That's very interesting. You can see an emotional connection to spirituality. You're very emotionally driven and emotionally motivated by achieving some sort of spiritual aim, spiritual goal, whether that be moksha, enlightenment, something like that. But yeah, anyway. So look at your moon placement to see more information about the 12th house. Alright guys, so that's about it for me. I'm going to wrap it up here. So if you are interested in anything that I have to offer, then you can go to gebotheshaman.com and check out all my products and services and courses. I have my Vedic astrology readings, which are basically I do a standard reading that I do for everybody, as well as readings about your relationships or career. I also have a Vedic astrology certification course, which basically takes you through all the steps that I would take in a person's reading, in giving a reading, so you can become a very good Vedic astrologer with these things. And it's a very unique style of astrology, and it gives you the most important things within your chart. So it's very, very good service that I provide there with both the astrology consultations and astrology certification course. So when you purchase the certification course, I will give you your own, you have to take a certification exam, and then I'll give you your own website for that. So I'll give you your own website, and I'll promote you on the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah. Alright, so then we have the birth time rectification. So if you don't know your birth time to the exact minute, then it's very important that you actually have that information, because if you don't know the exact minute of your birth, then it's just going to not be an accurate prediction or anything like that. It's really important that you have that down to the minute. And then we have the rune readings. So I offer a 9-world rune reading if you want to figure out what's going on with you presently and what's soon to come in your life. And it's great for, transformation if you're wanting, certain things in your life, relationship or things like that. I can show you how to kind of how to achieve that, and using spiritual practices. So in the 9-world rune reading, we talk about your basically what's coming to you. We talk about what's currently going on with you, what's coming to you, and your hopes and wishes, your identity, anything that's going on with your identity at the moment, what you are manifesting, what you're bringing into this world, the actions that you need to take, the unconscious mind, what you're unconscious of, and your relationships with others, and what the Ascended Masters are trying to tell you. So, if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out at my website, geboshaman.com. And then we have the courses, career coaching and life coaching. So, those are sessions with me, 1-hour sessions with me, where you can chat with me about anything, pretty much. The career coaching session, I like to keep that based on your career, and a lot of people don't know what they're supposed to be doing for their career. A lot of people are very confused and very unsure of themselves, but it's the most important thing is that you're doing something that you love. So if you're not doing something that you love, you have a false assumption that the universe will not support you while you do something that you love, which of course it will. It has to support you. So, and we have career coaching and life coaching. So the career coaching is geared to figure out what you want to do in life. And then we have the trauma healing course. We also call that the emotional awareness course. That's available on my Patreon site. And I'm working on that one. It's like I have a million things on my to-do list, so it's like I'm trying to get to that as soon as possible to update it and put some guided meditations on there for people to heal their trauma and things like that. So then we have the distance energy healing. So that's a distance energy healing session with me. That is very healing and empowering. A lot of people think that just distance energy healing is just for physical pain or physical illnesses or issues, but it's really for the deep inner emotional issues that you have, that we all have. None of us had perfect parents, so this goes in there and heals any wounds that you might have dealing with your past or your present situations. So anyway, then of course we have the Qigong courses, so Cosmic Qigong and Self-Transformation Challenge. I would highly recommend this course right here, Self-Transformation Challenge, that combines Kundalini Yoga, Qigong, and meditation, and also opens up the lightning energy of the heart center, which is the energy that protects your soul. Yes, your soul is literally a thing within you, within your physical body. It's an energetic thing, but it's, within you. So anyway, guys, that's about it for me. So if you are interested in anything that I have to offer, you can go to geboshaman.com. Alright? Until next time, please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.